Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 978. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Sally. What's up, Sally?
What's up?
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so is it the fact that Zoe, or Zoe's, what's her last name?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Zoe, who plays Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy, she kind of slipped up today?
I don't think she did.
You don't think she did? Do you think
I think that, well, the story is that, earlier today, Kevin Feige had said that the title for Infinity Gauntlet, or I'm sorry, the title for Avengers 4, that's a slip up there.
Right.
The title of Avengers 4 is a spoiler for Avengers Infinity War.
Is it really, though?
Just saying the title, apparently, is a spoiler for Avengers 3 or Avengers Infinity War.
But a spoiler for who? Morons? I mean, we know that he's probably not going to... He don't have the Infinity Gauntlet yet.
Well, he has the Gauntlet.
He has the
just
Gauntlet,
doesn't have the
gems,
stones.
It's just a Gauntlet, not an Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to be trying to get them in the movie. And they're going to be fighting. And at the end, he's got the Gauntlet in his hand. And it forms the Infinity Gauntlet. And then all the Avengers say shit. Because, what are you going to do now? And that's basically what's going to probably happen. And then the next movie is Infinity Gauntlet, which... Is that really such a big surprise? Doesn't got all the gems yet?
Well, to continue the story, and then, they had the actress who plays Gamora. She apparently, quote-unquote, slipped up today during an interview, and she said, I believe her exact quote was, "We're all coming back for Gauntlet later on," or something like that. So immediately everyone was like, oh, so it must be Avengers Infinity Gauntlet.
Right.
I don't think she slipped up. I think Infinity Gauntlet, or Gauntlet, whatever, is the working title for Avengers 4, and so it's something else.
So she purposely was told to mislead everybody.
No, I don't think she was purposely told to mislead anybody. I don't think they know the actual title.
Oh, okay.
And the working title that they have is Gauntlet, because I don't think she said Infinity Gauntlet.
No,
she just said Gauntlet. So maybe on the scripts that they get, or on the production notes or whatever, it literally says Gauntlet, because for example, Godzilla King of the Monsters is going to be filmed under the working title Fathom.
Right.
So I mean, you never know.
Things that are ridiculous that has nothing to do with it sometimes. Yeah.
Right. So but then again, going back to 2007, Cloverfield was had 8 working titles, one of them being Cheese. So I mean, yeah, and I believe Return of the Jedi was Blue Milk or something like that.
Blue Harvest, right, or something.
Or Blue Harvest, or something like that.
And the working title is Unicorn Poop.
Yeah.
For Avengers 4. Unicorn Poop. Right.
However, if it is Infinity Gauntlet,
yes,
that sounds cool to me. But I agree with you. Is that really a spoiler? I don't think so.
Not really. We've been talking about this. Oh, what's it going to be called? Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet? I mean, for ages. So It doesn't. Why? Because he doesn't have all the gems yet, and then he gets a gauntlet filled with gems at the end, and it becomes the Infinity Gauntlet. That's not a big spoiler, really.
No, it's not.
This is basically like a Thanos quest. Thanos quest was a whole series that led up to the Infinity Gauntlet, where he got all the gems, and then he filled the gauntlet with the gems, and then it was the Infinity Gauntlet. So this is like Thanos quest in a way.
Yeah, it's not like the title of the movie is rumored to be like Avengers, Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet and kills all the Avengers. It's not
What's
like
probably going to happen is the Avengers are going to find the location of the last gem. They're all going to rush there, and Thanos is going to be there. And then he's going to fight. He's going to get that gem. Then he's going to find out where the other gems are. And they basically fail at the end of this movie. He gets all the gems. They fail. And it's going to be all bodies laying in waste, dead. Tony Stark's the only one alive. And then for shits and giggles, Thanos brings them all back to life, probably, to fight them. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But
that's probably what's going to happen.
What do I know? What do I know, really?
Yeah, that's probably what happened.
Listen, I I just want to see Infinity War. It's going to be a while before Infinity Gauntlet comes out, so at least something I want to see. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm all for Avengers 3, 4, whatever. I'm I'm a big Marvel guy. I'm all for want to see what Spidey does in it. So that's pretty cool. What other news we have?
Well, I guess we could stay on the Marvel topic here. The initial reviews for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 came out today, and a lot of the big YouTuber reviews, or reviewer channels, I should say, have reviewed the movie. And I got to say, a lot of them are disappointing.
Oh, that's not good.
The main things that I heard from pretty much every video, and again, I mean, you can't really form an opinion on the with these videos, but this is just what they're saying.
Right.
However, if they're all saying something similar, it may or may it may be true. The main things that I heard from multiple videos were the first Guardians of the Galaxy is better.
Oh.
The humor in this movie is hit and miss. It doesn't work all the time.
What?
They said some of the jokes go on too long. They said that the story is pretty lame. It doesn't.
I'm your dad, Peter. It's like,
they said that happens really early in the movie. They said that the acting is good, but this really made me sad.
Oh no.
I think it was Schmoes No said this. They said Karen Gillan was the worst part of the movie.
Oh my
no.
God.
Yeah, they said that Drax doesn't really do anything in this movie.
Just yell.
They said Baby Groot is a success in the movie. They got what they wanted with him. And another thing that I heard, actually no, I shouldn't say heard. Nobody talked about the villains in this movie. So apparently either they're terrible or they're trying to keep spoilers out. They said that Yondu is a good part of the movie. They said that he's probably one of the better parts of the movie. Star-Lord is good.
Mantis sucks.
They said that it's not, but what I was getting from it was that it's not what everybody's expecting it to be.
Oh man.
No, I didn't hear anything about the after credit scene or scenes.
That's a letdown, dude. Because they said it's gonna be the greatest movie ever. They're hyping it like it's the greatest.
Well, of course
movie ever.
they are. They're gonna say that about every movie they put out.
I know, but this one in particular, they were going really nuts with.
Yeah.
That is going to be the biggest Marvel letdown in history.
So I mean, I heard some people comparing it to the same dynamic with the Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. How Avengers was really good, and then Age of Ultron was kind of okay. So I don't know. There's only so much you can take from these videos and reviews and whatnot. I think it's holding up really well on Rotten Tomatoes so far. So I don't know. I have to see it before I can say whether I agree or not. But right now, it doesn't sound like this is going to be one of Marvel's better films.
What do you think, Sally, about all the stuff we're talking about?
Does sound good. I'll watch it.
I got to tell you, it's true. Like, we think a lot of times we try to predict a movie's going to be great or not, and sometimes we get these surprises where a movie we wouldn't expect could possibly be a bomb or a letdown, Case in point, I have to bring this up. I have to bring this up. Again, I have to bring this up because I just finished watching it. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Sally probably knows what I'm talking about. I loved Bates Motel overall. And I'm not going to give any spoilers, and again, it's nothing against the actors, okay? This has got to be like the biggest letdown in history for me. After 5 freaking years of watching this show, what they did. That's all I'm going to say. The biggest, I was just so beside myself watching this finale. Just sad. Upset, sad, God, I felt sad. Like miserable, I couldn't wait to do guess. It's 5 years. You go 5 years, and then it's that last episode, man. And a lot of times in history, when they end the show, they get it wrong. Right? Like half the time. They just do a bad final episode. Bad. So I got to tell you, this is totally against the psycho mythos or whatever. It went down on a sour note for me. Great performances by the actresses and the actors. Nothing against them, but the writing was poop as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, trying to lift my spirits from that. And we hear that Guardians of the Galaxy sucks too, possibly. I got to tell you, I used to read the Guardians of the Galaxy comic, and I was a fan. I loved it and everything by Jim Valentino when, I guess it was in the 90s or whatever. And, I said one day they're gonna make a movie of this and stuff like that. But my Guardians of the Galaxy is the Guardians of the Galaxy from the 31st century, which all those characters are probably not going to be around until Guardians of the Galaxy 4, okay? And then we'll probably see, Starhawk, Martinex, Yondu was part of that.
Well,
Vance Astro. I mean,
you might not have to wait too long for Starhawk. Just saying.
Okay. He was the main thing of that too.
I'm just saying. Apparently, he's in this movie.
All right. Then I'm very happy about that. In case you didn't know about Starhawk, the weird thing about him, he was the leader of the Guardians at one point in time. And he had a wife, beautiful wife, and she was on the team too. And every time he died, he was reborn back into the womb of his original body in the mother. And he kept going through timelines. It's very complicated. Like it's happened over and over and over and over and over again. For some reason, it was like a full circle. And then new timelines were created with the Guardians or whatever. So, well, he's an interesting character. All right, so we got that. Please tell me we have some Godzilla news or something.
Well, there is something. It's not really news like, worthy really, but it is a debate that's going on. I'm a part of a Facebook group, and that talks a lot about entertainment stuff. The biggest topic was Godzilla. It was basically formed when Godzilla 2014 was coming out. And the topic is this, and I think this is, I think I know what your answer is going to be, but I just wanted to throw it out there. And guys in the comments section, just let us know what you think about this. I know I'm mixed on it, but the idea is this.
Okay.
So now that Godzilla 2014 and and Kong Skull Island are both pretty big successes, and if Godzilla King of the Monsters is a success and Godzilla vs. Kong is a success as well, it's apparent that the MonsterVerse is going to continue, most likely. We'll probably get a Godzilla 3 or something like that. It doesn't look like we're going to get any more Kong movies because the director is not coming back. So maybe not. Okay. So the idea, and the main idea is this. If they continue the MonsterVerse after Godzilla vs. Kong, which, as we said, if the movies are successful, if the movies are successful, it looks like they'll do. Is it possible that we see Mechagodzilla in the MonsterVerse?
Oh, hell yes.
Well, that is, and this is the thing. Most people are saying absolutely not.
Oh, F you.
And the main argument is, and they don't have a bad argument. I'm not saying that they have a bad argument.
Shut
up. The argument is this. In the universe that they have set up for the MonsterVerse, Mechagodzilla really has no place.
That's bold.
No, it's not. And this is
The
why.
aliens create
Mechagodzilla. No aliens in this universe. No.
Come on.
So
no aliens.
There are no aliens as a part of the MonsterVerse as of yet. So the idea would have to be that Mechagodzilla is a man-made creation. So with that point alone, that kind of axes him from this universe because they're not, as far as we know, with what Gareth Edwards and Jordan Vogt Roberts have set up, they're not looking to make this an overly sci-fi, story, universe, I should say.
Whoa.
However, the other side of this debate is saying, you're all crazy. Of course Mechagodzilla is going to show up in this universe because he's one of Toho's top 5, and they're already taking risks with Mothra and Ghidorah.
Yes.
Now, way back when, before this Godzilla King of the Monsters film was announced, I was of the opinion that Mothra and Ghidorah could not show up in this universe because there's no way you could put them in there. Right. I was proven wrong, obviously. Right. They found a way to put them in there. So I'm going 50-50 on this. I'm saying that, yes, it would be very difficult and it's unlikely to see Mechagodzilla. However, if King of the Monsters and versus Kong are successful, we will see Mechagodzilla at some point in the Monsterverse. But it'll be a very different version than what we're used to.
It's going to be Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla 2023. And it's going to have all the monsters in there, like Destroyer, like just a whole fan fest of crazy shit going on.
Well, I think that would probably be a separate movie.
I don't know. But I got to say that I will go. The one thing that they could do that would make fans go crazy happy is to have Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla. And try to have it as close to the original. I know you can't, but as close to the original model as possible, with some adjustments, make him look, whatever. But it's got to be aliens. Gigan's got to be in the series eventually.
Well, don't forget the assumption that there are aliens, because as of right now, there are no aliens in the Monsterverse.
Ridiculous.
So, with that being said, his origin, if they decided to do a version of Mechagodzilla, it would probably be closer to his Heisei and Millennium series incarnations, where he was a man-made weapon.
Can't do that. That's crap. It's got to be the original, like with the aliens. It's got to be.
No, there's no aliens in the Monsterverse. No, because they're not looking to make this a sci-fi universe like that. So.
I don't know, man. But why not? If it's a success, why not keep going? I don't understand.
Because it doesn't fit the tone of the universe that they're trying to set up.
What's the tone?
The tone is that this is supposed to be a more realistic Godzilla. That's why they changed his origin from being a mutation to a naturally occurring creature.
Realistic? He looks more overweight than Godzilla ever did. And he's like...
I don't know about that. Watch the Heisei and Shin Godzilla, and then you'll see what, But on to that point, though, there are things in his design that specifically try to make him more realistic in this universe. For example, they gave him gills. They gave him modified feet that
are
would
they changing
support
him
that.
for the movies?
No, they said that very, very little bit, if at all.
Okay.
He's going to look the same. They're making him more dinosaur-like. So I mean, they're keeping with the more realistic kind of pattern. Even the Mutos in 2014, they weren't like intelligent monsters that Godzilla usually fought in like the Showa series. They were just kind of animals. They were just trying to reproduce.
We're not going to have like Shin Gojira versus Godzilla, right?
No.
We're not going to do that crap again, right?
No. So, I mean, I am of the opinion that there is a way that they could do Mechagodzilla, but not. It's going to be different.
I don't know if I'm on board with the humans creating Mechagodzilla. I don't know if I'm on board with that. I mean, to have one of my favorite villains, but not the way I want him, I don't know if I'm on board. Well,
I mean, it worked in the other Toho films. That,
it did, but
was man-made.
But we're doing it.
Well, no, that's a fair point. I mean, it would be a very strange incarnation of him, which is why I'm of the opinion that it's very unlikely. I think that there are other Toho monsters that are more likely.
See, I agree with everything that Toho has ever done. in the history of Godzilla, except Shin Gojira.
Well, yeah.
The whole entire Godzilla line, I agree with everything, with the exception of Shin Gojira.
There are things that I disagree with them on, but Shin Gojira is definitely the one
is
I
that
disagree
one
with the most.
movie that is just somebody got a little freaky deaky do, and just to me, it's just like weird. It's too freaky weird when humans come out of the tail. It's like I don't know what the hell that's trying to be, and I really, if it was up to me, I would do away with that.
Yeah.
Tell you the truth, and explain it away that it wasn't Godzilla, it was whatever, something.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to have my hero Godzilla just be, weird like that. But anyway, well, what about you, Sally? You're quiet.
Oh, I don't know much about Godzilla, so I don't.
No. What do you like, Sally? Bates Motel?
I've watched it, except I haven't seen the last episode yet.
God bless you, man, with that one. I gotta tell you.
I've watched it all, but it yet.
You're not gonna like it. I'm not spoiling it for you, but you're not gonna like it. I want to hear you angry. Nah, I don't want you to be angry. But if you are angry, I want to hear you roar. Like when they screwed up Gem of the Holograms.
Oh my, yeah.
And Josie and the Pussycats and Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake and all that stuff. I want that type of anger.
Very mad.
I want that Sally Noble anger. Because you won't be noble. You'll be angry. That's what I want. Give me rage. Grill like a tiger. That's what I want to hear, Sally. All right. On that note, what else?
There was one other thing
Got quiet for a
that
second.
I saw today.
Sorry, Chris. Yeah.
No, there was one other thing that I saw today. Now,
Okay.
this is unconfirmed, but this is about the Rampage movie.
Oh. Okay, I
yeah.
saw something too. Yeah.
Don't get too excited.
Oh.
Don't get too excited. There was a quote-unquote leaked plot synopsis for this film. So again, it may or may not be real. Take it with a grain of salt. This is spoilers potentially for that movie, so just stop watching if you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the film, you know how in the game it was like the people drink that stuff and then they turn into monsters? That's not happening in this movie, apparently.
Wow.
Apparently, the substance that turns people into monsters is in the movie. However, it's being made on a space station. The space station apparently explodes. The canisters fall to Earth, and one of them lands in like a gorilla habitat. The other one lands in like the Florida Everglades. I don't know where the other one lands. And apparently, a gorilla and I guess an alligator drink this stuff, and they start to mutate and turn into giant kaiju, I guess.
No, but that's not what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I know.
It's supposed to be a human becoming that.
Yeah, I know. So
The Rock is not a creature.
Apparently, The Rock in this movie is a scientist who studies gorillas.
Oh my goodness!
And
what
the
about
gorilla
Negan?
that drinks the stuff, he's got like he was studying that gorilla, and now he's trying to stop the monster version of it.
Oh no!
I didn't hear anything about Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character in this movie. I'm assuming he's maybe part of the company that made this stuff and was doing this thing on the space station.
Right.
I don't know.
So, in other words, The Rock isn't a creature. Negan isn't a creature. These people were just in the Rampage movie, and they're just scientists and bounty hunters.
I guess
and
if this leaked plot synopsis is true, that's apparently what's going to happen.
Ew.
Ew. Yeah.
Ew. I think if you see The Rock with, with his eye like this, and he becomes like a creature or something.
Now, I never played Rampage, so maybe there's a
that.
version of Rampage where it's not people drinking the stuff.
No,
but I don't know.
People.
I have
it's pretty much people. I pretty much think, yeah, because when they got almost killed, they turned back to normal, and they had like naked people running around, like literally you can't even see it. It's like, and they were like, "Oh, I was a creature," whatever. So yeah, I mean that's what it was, right? You played, Sally?
No, I haven't.
You don't play video games either?
Some, but not. I'm not a big gamer.
All right. Well, anyway, I used to play that in the arcade and stuff. I had the systems, Rampage, PlayStation also. I think had versions of it. All right, so we got that. talk to me about anything more about any of the Marvel movies, or no?
I haven't seen anything today.
Star Wars.
There is one thing, yes.
Okay.
You're getting all my stories out of me today.
Wow, look at that.
Again, this one, take this with a grain of salt. This is potential spoilers for The Last Jedi. So really stop watching if you don't want to hear this. Minor spoiler, potentially.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
It sounded like River. Spoilers? Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So I believe that I didn't see it on Making Star Wars, but the source that I read it from said it came from Making Star Wars, which if it comes from them, it's usually true.
Okay.
Apparently in this movie, and this is really confusing. I don't really know how I feel about this, but not really confusing. But when you start to think about it, it's like, wait, what? Apparently in this movie, Luke is wearing some sort of necklace, and the necklace is apparently a red kyber crystal, which is, of course, powers a lightsaber. And they're saying that the kyber crystal could potentially be from Darth Vader's lightsaber. Now, if we remember the end of Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader's lightsaber was cut off with his hand when Luke defeated him in their lightsaber duel. How does he have that lightsaber?
Oh, while I'm carrying your dead body on my shoulder, let me just grab that. Is that what they're trying to say?
Well, there was a book, and there was a, Aftermath had a interlude where the Acolytes of the Beyond, which apparently they become the Knights of Ren potentially, they buy a red lightsaber from this collector who claims that it's Darth Vader's lightsaber. So I guess potentially that could be how he got it. Maybe he got it from Ben Solo or something.
Now they're going out there, dude. I'm sorry. They're going a little out there. Yes.
Yeah, maybe it's a different kyber crystal. I don't mind the idea of him wearing a necklace with a red kyber crystal. I just don't think it has to be Vader's. I think maybe it could just be a red kyber crystal that he found.
Is he going to turn?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think he will.
Because Mark Hamill, I don't know if you heard that story or that interview that he gave about Luke in this movie. I don't know. Did you hear any?
Not really. God.
He told the interviewer, because I guess they asked him about Luke in this movie. He said, not angrily and not sarcastically or anything like that, but his words apparently were he fundamentally disagrees with what Luke does in this movie, with the way Luke is in this movie.
Oh.
So I know in the past Mark Hamill asked George Lucas to turn Luke to the dark side because he wanted Luke to become a villain, and George Lucas said no.
And now he doesn't want to become evil,
think,
but he is. Yeah.
I don't think that Luke's going to turn to the dark side or be a villain in this movie. I just think he's going to be kind of like the grizzled old man.
I could see that he goes over the edge rage-wise, and then
Yeah.
does go to the dark side, where it's like that's the end, and it's like, crap, what do we do now? Like, because it's got to end like Empire, I guess, where they're losing, and they're not necessarily winning. I mean, is that what the feel of the movie that they were going with?
I have a feeling that's probably what we're going to see. I don't think it's going to be exactly like Empire. However,
he's going to turn to the dark side, but then she's going to try to snap him out of it.
I don't think he's going to turn to the dark side at all. I
think that'll be the shocker. I think that would be like,
I think she has a better chance of turning than he does. I don't think that he's going to turn, mainly because I don't think that anybody wants to see that.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to throw something out there that's going to blow your mind. Remember how he said the Jedi must end?
Mm-hmm.
And he's the last Jedi, right?
Mm-hmm.
He turns to the dark side. And then that's it. There's no Jedi. Because officially, she's not a Jedi. So he just turns evil, but he can't control it. He just loses himself in the dark side so deep that he starts like wiping out First Order, wiping out Resistance, wiping everybody out. And he's so crazy, destroying Star Destroyers and everything, like just can't control it, just in a rage screaming, that they all just say, you can keep the planet, buddy. God bless you. They all just leave him. And this way, even Kylo Ren will be running with Rey, just going away from Luke Skywalker. And they're like, what the hell is he doing? Like, what's going on? And then, maybe the First Order will come around to him or Snoke, and you'll see a thing with Snoke and Luke, and then it'll end or something. It could be like that, but it could be a fake out too. But I think something's going to happen where they unexpectedly lose, but Kylo Ren winds up with the Resistance.
Oh, I definitely think that he's going to go light or to the Resistance in this movie.
Now, if that actually happens that way, don't hate on the Matrix Lord. That's
yeah. I don't
Sorry.
think Luke's going to turn. I think he's just going to be like very difficult to work with.
Oh, he's turning. That mother's turning.
I think that he's going to be very. I don't think he's going to want to train her at the beginning, and then he's going to come around like we see in the trailer. But like I've been saying, I don't think he's going to train her to be the typical Jedi like the past. I think that she's going to be a Jedi, but of a new order. So technically, he is the last Jedi, but she is the first in a new order.
I think that he gets lost. I think that he gets confused about the teachings of the Jedi. He gets a misconstrue of it, and he gets completely lost in himself, turns evil, and that's like, what do we do now? That's the type of thing.
Well, it's possible. I just don't think they're going to do that because then what do you do with Snoke? It's like we already have a bad guy. So
tries to tempt him to control him somehow.
I don't think because that's Return of the Jedi again.
Not necessarily. I mean, again, are they copying off each movie? It looks like they are. They're trying to make an Empire type of thing.
Well, I think that they might, but however, we have to remember too that Luke is not the main character anymore. Rey is the main character now. So if anybody's going to be tempted, it's going to be her.
But the thing is going to be is that it's not going to be like Empire because Kylo Ren is going to be thrown into Force to be a good guy again because,
potentially
Luke is just out of control and he's going to have guilt over his dad's death. He's going to have guilt over Luke because I'm sure that he's close to Luke like he was with his dad, and that's going to be, the light side of the Force is going to be tempting him to stay light. And
he might be closer to Luke than he was to Han. I mean, from
so
the novels
might
and stuff,
be,
yeah.
It's going to be a point where he's going to be in the ship. He's going to be messed up, Kylo Ren. Finn's going to be there, and she's just going to go to him, and she's like, we have to work together to stop him. Only we can do it. And that's what's going to happen. All three of them, they're going to have to be on the same team because he could destroy everybody. Luke.
Well, I think you're going in the right direction. I just don't think it's going to be Luke. I think they're going to have to try to stop Snoke.
Yeah.
Because
Snoke is already evil. You don't know what he is, but
he's the main villain of all of this, though, not Luke.
But the thing that nobody's expecting is for Luke to turn. Nobody's looking at Luke to turn. So you're waiting on Snoke or Kylo or something, or even Rey. But Snoke, that's just a smoke screen. Luke is going to turn.
I don't.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody wants to go see that, though.
No, but here's the thing: he's not going to stay like that because in the next movie it's going to be a happy ending. Instead of he's going to turn back to the good side, but he's not going to die like Darth Vader. They're going to be able to save him. That's the way it's going to work out. So, but then you're going to find something else. I'm telling you, it's going to be like that because no one is looking to Luke to be evil, and that's what's going to happen. Exactly.
Nah, I don't. I disagree.
I bet money on
it. I don't think Luke's going to turn at all. Because,
he had no choice.
Because if he does, then Mark Hamill would be happy, and he said that he disagrees with what happened.
He won't be happy because years ago he was younger, and he thought that would be the cool thing. Now he's been Luke Skywalker for like 30 some odd years. That little kids look up to him. So now how is he going to have faith that he's going to be evil? So now he don't want to be evil now. Because he's been the hero for 30, 40 years.
Well, I can already tell you why. I can already tell you why that's not going to happen, though, as well. They at Star Wars Celebration, Kathleen Kennedy had already said that he is basically the main part of this movie, along with Rey. So I don't think they're going to turn him evil.
It doesn't matter. Darth Vader was the main part of the movies. He was evil, and Anakin, he was a good guy.
But they already have villains set up in Kylo Ren and Snoke, so they're not going to turn him evil, man. I'm telling you. They're not going to do it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. They got to have a big surprise to
I think they have things planned. I just don't think we need Luke to turn evil.
We don't need him to turn evil. I'm not saying that that's what should happen. I'm saying that's what's going to happen.
I don't see it.
He's
Yeah, I don't
twisted.
see it.
He's twisted. He's got guilt over Han. He's gonna have guilt over Han. He's gonna have guilt over Kylo Ren. He's gonna have guilt over everything that's happened, all the people that died, all the planets, because he just hung out like a hermit. He's lost. And he's gonna be lost. Even though he's training her, it doesn't mean that he has to be in complete control with his teachings. He's lost. And he's
I agree with you on that. I think
Yeah.
that he's going to be a lot different than what people are expecting. However, I don't think he's going to turn. I think if anybody's going to turn, it's going to be her.
He's going to go too far. And he's going to kill, like, the First Order, or something's going to happen, and then he's just going to keep killing. And then it's going to be where he can't control himself. So
I agree with that. I think there's going to be some scenes in this movie where he goes a little extreme. However, I don't think he's going to turn.
I'm pretty sure Darth, you're going to see the extent of his power, and he's going to destroy a whole friggin' Star Destroyer or something. I'm pretty sure. It's going to be where they're actually scared of him. Like, what the hell? And he's just going to be...
that I agree with. I do. I think he's going to do something crazy in this movie.
They got to get out of
it.
it. That's the whole thing. It's like bad guys and good guys are going to be running like friggin' rabbits, getting out of Dodge. Because it's going to be ridiculous. Be screaming nuts. I'm telling you. If you remember, before The Force Awakens... Not Force Awakens. Before Rogue One happened, what did I tell you that they should do with a Darth Vader movie? I said you should come out there, force choking. Remember I said it would be like a horror movie?
Yeah.
What was the end of Rogue One? Exactly the way I said it.
Oh yeah,
it was the greatest thing I ever saw, and that's what I always envisioned him to be like that. You know, and it was like I was completely 100% satisfied. So I'm telling you right now, he's going to be so out of control, Luke, that it's not going to matter evil and good. They just got to get the hell out of there. You know, forget when shit goes down and they're all going to die. No, they're helping each other. Let's get the hell out. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be like a massacre. And both sides are going to be shit in a brick. I'm telling you. And then it's going to be, let's get out of here first, then we can get our heads together, and then whatever. That's what's going to happen.
Well, I agree. He will go crazy, but I don't think he'll turn, though.
The thing that they do with him is going to be a million times better than Darth Vader in Rogue One. You're going to see. You're going to see.
I agree with that, but I do not see him turning. I don't.
It's going to look like he's turning.
That I agree with. It's going to look like he's turning, but I don't think he's going to actually turn to the dark side in this.
I love Star Wars. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. Damn. So, all right. Our time is almost up. It's been exciting. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sally. We'll try to do another one, hopefully. All right. Take care. Bye for now.